Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna do a Untold Secrets of Love Island Part 2. So, sorry for my hair and makeup being like this. I just came from a photo shoot. I have like some fake freckles drawn on, some nice pretty brown eyeshadow, it's crazy updo. But you know, we got some really nice photos, so I'm excited to see the beauty shots we just did. But yeah, my Love Island Untold Secrets video did so amazing. Thank you everyone who watched the video and liked it and have subscribed to my channel. You guys are great. So I thought I'd do a part 2 because there was a lot that I missed still. So I have a list in front of me of some of the fun ones. Okay, let's start with chicken or fish. So every day they would bring us lunch in and we were never sure if it was chicken or fish because like all the all the food in Fiji kind of looked the same. So every day we would say chicken or fish and like try to like point at someone and like make someone try it before everyone else. And I always thought that was funny. Another thing, my dress for the finale was actually supposed to be blue, but it didn't fit me properly up here because I have no boobs at all. So they then brought in like some other choices for me and I just so happened to end up in a white dress that wasn't like planned or anything. I think they like wanted me to wear a light blue, to be honest, which is a great color also, but I love the white one that worked out. No, this is so funny. Towards like the end, at one moment Kira was getting so annoyed of Eric and he was leaving all of his like dirty clothes laid across her bed. So she would take his clothes and like throw them on other beds to the point where she started taking his clothes out of the dresser and putting them into other dressers because she was like, this is my space, and like didn't want him there anymore. And it was so funny. I remember her like moving clothes and I was like, oh, I'll help you, like let's stick his clothes in another dresser. Oh my gosh, I actually felt threatened at the beginning of Love Island, like day 2, like by Alex, because her and Zach were having this like awesome sports conversation like right when I walked by, and they were going on and on about like football teams and all this stuff, and I like know nothing about sports, and I was just like, oh no, like I don't know sports. But it was fine. I just was like, you know what, it's okay, I have other things that I am good at and can talk about. Another thing is the paddleboard challenge, where we had to blow up the paddleboard. We actually filmed it twice. Like we shot it twice, even though we had like declared the winners the first round. We did it a second time like as a mock like joke because they weren't able to get enough footage because we moved so quickly through it and they thought we were going to take a lot longer, except for Alana and Yaman because they were so bad. Like Alana was truly so bad that she was even worse at the challenge the second time around. Like she did not know what she was doing. Like she just was on the board sitting all pretty looking around, and Yaman was like going double time like trying to paddle. Yeah, my swimsuit almost like came off too. I know I was like laying on the board and my suit was like up my butt, and Zach was like, I can't look at the water of the race, like I just keep staring at your butt. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to win. And we definitely didn't win because I took too long blowing up the raft. Oh my gosh, my purple dress that I wore. If you see the purple dress in any of the episodes, there's I almost just flashed the camera. The reason it's all like knotted and like has a twist is because I twisted and pinned it because I burnt a hole through it. I was ironing the dress like with a Fijian iron, and like I actually don't even know how to work a real iron, to be honest. But I'm like ironing the dress and I burnt a legit hole through it that was like this big. So I just like pinned it together and like made it work. It was like this purple super down dress. It was so cute. But I mean, I wore it anyways with the hole. You just couldn't tell. So that's a fun fact. Me and Carol actually had a secret off-camera conversation at the nail salon. When we were getting our nails done, we ran into like this back room where she was getting her nails done. We like shut the door and like pretended like we weren't there so we could talk about a bunch of stuff like off camera. So that was a secret. Oh, and then after, we weren't allowed to tell the boys, but they took us on a detour to the McDonald's, the only McDonald's on Fiji, and they had like $25 on them, and we spent like all of it like trying to budget out like what we were gonna get from McDonald's and just like binge eat. And we had to finish it all like in the car, and everyone was like, don't tell anyone we got McDonald's. And that was like one of the best times I've ever had McDonald's. We're all splitting the flurries. Like we got like 2 flurries to split between like 6 people. Like it was so funny. We were budgeting out the chicken nuggets. Oh, so every Saturday too, when they would take us out to lunch, I would get the same thing no matter what restaurant we went to, which is a pizza, a whole pizza, because I was always like so hungry. I would get a whole pizza, and then I would also get a kid's chicken schnitzel and french fries. And a chicken schnitzel is basically this giant flattened chicken strip from Fiji that's called a chicken schnitzel that's like breaded and fried. It was so good. It was just this giant chicken strip. So I would get that literally every single weekend. They'd be like, are you sure you want 2 meals? I'd be like, yes, I'm starving. Oh my gosh. My one main story for this video, I want to save it for last because it's the best one. So this is another funny thing. There was a rumor going around the villa at one point, started by Zach and Weston, that there was this like super hot, supposedly mixed guy that was gonna come in, and we all were like always like, oh, do you think he's gonna come in today? Like we were always all so excited that this super hot mixed guy was coming in, and he never came. So we don't know what happened, or if it was just a random guy that Weston and Zach saw on Fiji that they thought was maybe a contestant that wasn't, or if he backed out, or if the producers changed their minds. Like we don't know. But this like supposedly like hot guy, we talked about it for like 2 weeks straight, that this mystery guy was supposed to come in the villa, and he never did. So we're wondering who this mystery man was. He was supposed to be like really tall and ripped and had like a good smile, and like all the boys were like freaked out about him. So we were all kind of like, who is that? Somebody special did make me this really cute cropped hoodie, and I like it a lot. So yes, okay, here's the best story of all that nobody knows. Well, actually, it's not the best story, but it like explains a lot, to be honest. So one of the first days in the villa before like going in, or before even like saying like, okay, like I'm game for the show, I blacked out one day, and it's the anniversary day of one of my close friends that passed away. On the day, the anniversary, me and all my friends from that friend group would get like dinner or lunch, or we would meet up and do like a candlelight or just like something in honor of my friend. And this was the first day I couldn't, yet alone, text her mom or any of my friends that I'm like thinking about all them, but I couldn't talk to anybody. So the crew was really nice of letting me come out of the villa for the whole day, and I spoke with their on-site therapist, which was really nice, and I got like offered like to walk on the beach and just kind of detox for the day. So I came back in, and I was like in sweatpants and not like wanting to do anything, obviously, and was just like chilling. And I actually had told Zach of this, but no one else in the villa knew what was going on. They just like thought I was like maybe sick or just like missing for the day, or just didn't notice. And it was actually the day Cormac had to pick someone for the date. So when you see that I'm like so shocked and sound like I don't want to go, it's because of that. It had nothing to do with the fact that like I didn't want to go on a date with Cormac. Like, yes, I was happy with Zach, but I wasn't like that much of a brat where like I wouldn't go and like talk to someone and be like friendly. I just was having such a bad day. And yeah, so that's too, when you see Zach looking so worried, it's not because he's worried that I'm gonna like Cormac, it's because he's worried because he knows like I was super upset. But it was like beyond any of the producers' control. Like they couldn't pick, you know, like who Cormac would have picked for his dates, you know, like they didn't plan that, like it just happened. So it was just kind of like bad luck. They were super nice. They were like, I mean, if you can't do it, like it's okay. And I was like, I'm fine. And I get in the car on the way to the date, and I have a full-on breakdown, like mental breakdown, like bawling, crying. Some of the producers were like wiping my makeup, like fixing my makeup, my hair, like everyone was like trying to fix it. And then I got there and it was like a lot calm then. It was just kind of like I had to get everything out. I just was like overwhelmed, you know, and not being able to talk to anyone in my support system that day was really hard too. And one of the producers, we played like archery, like throwing darts to like, while everyone got everything set up for it, while they drove me like across the island, and then we had to wait for everything to get set up. Or actually no, he was already filming the date with Carol. Like when I was like on my way and doing like the archery, they were filming the behind stuff, like the, you know, close-ups of like the actual date scene. So I was doing darts, and like that made me feel a lot better. And then I remember when I sat down with Cormac, I think he could tell I was crying, but like just was trying to make me like feel better. So he was like all like happy and like just like, oh, be fun, like don't worry, I got this. And I was like, I even remember saying to him, I was like, don't be awkward, like I can't deal with an awkward conversation, like I'll sound like a brat, like please like ask me questions. And he was like, I got this, don't worry. And then we had to wait there while Mallory and Dylan filmed theirs, and then they swapped. They were not filmed at the same time, so we had to awkwardly like just like smile at each other and like sit there like this while they were filming Mallory and Dylan. And Mallory and Dylan sounded so awkward, we were literally dying. I was like breaking a sweat. They sounded so awkward because they just like, the conversation just like wasn't flowing, and the producers were like throwing in questions for Dylan to ask Mallory because he just didn't even know what to ask her. And I just was like, oh my gosh, if you do that to me, Cormac, I will kill you. And we were like dying laughing. He was like, don't worry, like I'll be fine. And I was like, okay. And then we did that, and then when I got back in the car, I was still a little upset. A couple of people came to meet with me and make sure I was okay, which was really nice. I did not have to beach hut after, so that's another thing. You'll see that I don't go to that little confessional at all to talk about my date with Cormac, because I was allowed to just go straight to bed because I had a really rough night. And that's why you also see me sitting on the counter talking to Zach in that famous counter scene. I'll pull it up on my phone. That is what explains why I'm like wiping my tears and why I look like I cried because I went on a date with Cormac, which was like not the case at all. I think I have it on my Instagram. Yes, this is like the picture. I don't know if you can see it because of all the glare, but yes, this scene right here was like where I look like I'm crying, but it was really him just making me feel better because he knew it was like such a hard day for me, and it felt so long. Like the drive to the date was super long, the drive home was really long. I think Cormac had a good day, and like he's so nice and fun, and I like felt so bad, and he felt bad too because he was like, why is she like crying? Like why does she not want to be here? And it was just like, ugh, like it was just like a sticky situation, to be honest. But I actually, like, when I got my phone back from the villa, my friend's mom, my friend that had passed away, her mom had texted me a really nice text saying, like, she was super proud of me for everything and thinking about me. And I spoke to her, and everything was all good, because there were some weird articles published and stuff too. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't know that. Either I came across as looking like a brat to Cormac or like super uninterested, but I was just spaced out because it was such a hard day for me, or that I look like I was crying because I went on a date with Cormac, which was not the case at all. So I feel like that has actually been like a huge secret from Love Island. And the fact that Zach was asking Alex, like, why do you think it's taking so long, is because he was worried that I was gone for so long, like not having anyone and knowing that that was such a hard day, not because he thought the date was going really well so we stayed longer or anything. So yeah, that is Secrets Part 2. Thank you so much if you guys watched this far. That is awesome. Comment like 2 hearts below if you made it through the whole video. I want to see like who actually watches everything. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching everything. Like, it means so much to me, and you guys have been really great. And I can't wait to keep posting more.